Hey, good morning, guys. Bet you're surprised to see me, eh? Yeah, I know it was a pretty disappointing deer season. You probably thought he'd be hiding in the man cave, crying big man tears or something for the next couple weeks. But I thought, no, we got to move on with life. And the best way to move on with life would be to maybe paint something and, brighten everybody's day a little bit because I know how much you guys like painting with Gary. I gotta tell you, everything I say in these sessions here, that's true stuff, stories right out of this guy's life. I know, you can't make this stuff up, so if you hear it here, you know it was real, and besides the painting, what got me into this morning was I was out before the light, before the sun came up, changing the oil in the blower. Now, a lot of you Americans don't know what that is, but here we have machines, blows the snow out of our driveway. We call it the blower. Technically, I guess it's called a snowblower, and it did cause a bit of confusion. There was that gal that lived down at the end of Riverbend there, and Tom didn't know what we were talking about. But she moved eventually, So now when we say the blower, he knows we're talking about the machine. And anyway, don't want to get hung up on Tom, because he's been pretty good lately. Oh, lost my paint there, but hey, live show, we just keep going. Like I was saying, you got to work with Tom, You take the good, you take the bad, you take the ugly. If he's wearing pants, it's a good day. Well, I can't even complain. I can't see too much about that, Last week we had our incident there. I tried hunting for a day without pants, but that didn't work either. There was just nothing. There was no tickling them deer out of the forest. They were gone. So anyway, on to something a little easier, painting. And while I had the blower out there on the lawn, I thought, boy, she looks nice glinting in the pre-morning sunlight there. I'm going to paint a picture of that just to cheer me up. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to share some stories. The point of this video is to avoid the most dangerous thing that can happen with your blower, And I've got a true story. I can't make this up. It's a true story, but we'll get to that. Before we get to that, I got a call from my neighbor the other night. This is a true story too, So we're might have to change the name of the party involved, We'll just call her. I don't know. We'll call her Lizzie, I don't know. That's not her real name, but she calls me up and she says, I hear some banging around out there in the shed. I think somebody's trying to break in, and we live in a pretty secure neighborhood, so that's my chance to, hey, you know what the hell was I calling her again? Lizzie. I said, hey, Lizzie, I have no problem coming over, I'll bring the gun there and my spotlight. I got one of them 1,000,000 gigawatt spotlights. We'll bring that. We'll sort this right out. Now, I got no intention of using the gun, because that's not what I do. So when I get over there, I kind of knew the neighborhood we live in, right? Pretty safe and everything here, the odd, maybe a kid will steal some gas out of your shed, but not going to shoot him for that, When I was a kid, I probably did the same thing, Don't tell anybody. That might be a true story too. No, it's not. No, I never stole gas from nobody, except my old man. Anyway, back to Lizzie. So I go over, I'm wearing my boots and I got my gun and my gigawatt light there, and she says they're down in the shed. So I turn the light on down in the shed, and you know what? Them buggers were breaking into the shed. There wasn't much I could do. I shined the light on them and they just started chittering like crazy and tearing bags open, and I said, yeah, you got a coon problem. I was pretty sure that's how that conversation was going to end, but she just said, well, you got to shoot him. You got to do. I said, I can't shoot him, you got to have a special license for that here in Canada. I know everybody thinks we just run stuff over and eat it and kill willy-nilly, but we don't do that, You got to have a license. So I just told her I could fire a few shots off in the air and try that, but it'd probably scare Tom, who's probably in the hot tub drunk at this point, so we're not going to do that. Don't want to give the old guy a heart attack, so I just kind of threw a couple rocks. They didn't really go too far, and I told her it's just like a grizzly on a fresh kill, right? They'll be there a couple days, if you can get, throw a chicken leg or something to the side, get them to run over there, and then you can get in your car and go to work, and if you can do that for a few days, you're probably going to make it, right? So that's, the first story about the neighborhood here. I just want you guys to know what kind of neighborhood we live in, It's pretty safe here, other than the coons, and well, I get a bit of flack for putting the cameras out in the bush. I put some food out, and some of the neighbors don't like that. They say it's luring them in, but what they don't know is that, like I said, you can teach coons. They're smart, right? So, like, I've taught them to do a few chores around here. Like, you know, they push the lawnmower around. They'll do that for chicken, eh? Took a bit of work to train them, but anyway, the rest of the neighbors don't like them, but I get along fine with the coons. You know, back at the office, they used to call me the gossip queen, eh? But that never bothered me. I worked underground with the boys, so I was as tough as they come, eh? You hang out with the boys and you protect your reputation, but I did enjoy my time hanging out with the girls in the office. If you want to know what's going on around a place or a neighborhood or even in the world, you hang out with the girls in the office. They'll set you right straight, boy. You'll know everything that's going on. Some things you don't even want to know, but you're going to know. And if your boss is a smoker, female, and likes the gossip, well, hey, you're in, right? You might not want to call the other workers bitches when you're going for a smoke with the boss, but, you know, they don't like that, so... But, yeah, I got me quite a bit of reputation there. I learned a lot of stuff. I learned how to listen, eh? You know how to listen, you pick up all the gossip. You got to share a little bit of gossip, too, if you want to stay in that. No, it's kind of a clicky thing, eh? Once you know how to maneuver the click, eh? But, you got to maybe change some of the names of the people in the stories you're telling so that you're not starting rumors, right? Rumors and gossip, two different things, eh? So, but maybe make sure you're not changing. I just picked an arbitrary name. I didn't know she was 4 cubicles down, right? I never met the girl. But anyway, had one of the viewers the other day say that he thought I was pretty funny, eh? So, kind of reminded me, he said, Gary could be a comedian. And I thought, hey, we're on episode 3 now. Gary is a comedian. My wife would disagree, but that's why this video is for my mom. She thinks I'm funny. Anyway, back to my story about the blower. No, not that girl down at the end of the road. The actual blower here, down here, eh? Mine's yellow, by the way. So, we should just get the body work started there, eh? Just get something on the page. We'll do this, we'll pretend it's in the snow scene again, just to keep things easy. And, we'll go from there. The blower. You know, I don't want to argue with the powers that be, right? Medical Association, the school, the NOSM, Northern Ontario School of Medicine, they know everything, right? And what does a hick like me know, right? So you're not going to argue with them. So when they tell you, you know, in the middle of your training, you got to pack up house and move. But not permanently. You just got to move for 1 year, right? And it doesn't matter if you have kids and your husband's got jobs or your wife's got a job and you got to move for 1 year. Okay? And they're going to send you to BF Nowhere. And if you don't know what BF is, you can look that up. BF Nowhere, eh? But because they made a special arrangement, eh? Because my wife was in med school and I had a job, eh? Pretty good job, eh? I told you I was the gossip queen and I couldn't give that up. So they made a bit of an arrangement and they said, well, we're not going to send you to BF Nowhere. We're going to send you to just south of BF Nowhere. So this is leading back to the snowblower, trust me. So anyway, we ended up having to get 2 houses. Who can afford that, eh, in this economy, right? So I'm working there 18-hour days. She's working here. The kids are in daycare. They don't even know who their parents are anymore. They were in daycare so long. They started calling the lunch lady grandma. I don't know. I was getting worried. So anyway, I decided to move from where we were, our home, give up the home for a year and come here, but keep the home, which meant we had to keep the driveway clean so when we went home on the weekends. So I happened to have a nephew, eh? You guys have seen my brother Grant. Well, he's got offspring. Anyway, I told the boy, I said, you don't got a whole lot of money there, I'll pay you. Just snowblow the driveway for me. If I come home every month and the driveway's clean, you pass, you get your money, eh? So, but I wasn't going home every month, so I just took his word for it. He was doing it all the time. As soon as it snowed, hey, Uncle Gary, send me some money. Hey, I did your driveway again today. But it rained. Well, he still did the driveway. That's okay. Okay, that's part of the price, eh? You gotta pay him. So I paid him. And then I go home at the end of the season and I find there's no footprints. There's 2 feet of snow in the driveway and the snowblower's in the corner of the garage with the cobwebs on it. And I'm like $600 short. I said, what's going on here? That's not the story. We're getting to the good part. True story. I can't make this up. So I go to start the snowblower and clean the last 2 feet of snow out of the driveway because the wife and kids can't get in the yard and snowblower won't start. I said, what the bejesus is going on here? Now, I don't know in the States if you guys have what we have. We have phone books. The most archaic thing in the world. Eh? Everybody's got internet on their phone. You just push a button. Who am I going to call? I look for it on my phone. I don't need a book. Well, here in Canada, they send you a book. It's about 2 inches thick, eh? And they throw it on your driveway. So if you're not home for an extended period of time and the kid you're paying to do your driveway is not actually doing the driveway, this phone book gets covered in snow, 2 feet of snow. And then when you do go over to do the driveway, guess what happens to that phone book? It gets shucked right in the blower. Well, the blower ain't going to blow that out, and it it was jammed in there, wedged right in there so hard. Couldn't turn, couldn't start anything. The belts, everything was seized, So I asked the kid, I said, you know, what happened there? And he said, oh, nothing. So it made me a little angry, but, you know, you gotta live and learn. I probably did some stupid stuff too in my day. I let it go. I thought, I'm gonna fix this. Took that snowblower, turned her upside down, took the chisels, took the hacksaw, I tried knives, I tried, you name it, I tried it to get that phone book out of there. It was wrapped around the axle. So what are you gonna do? Bet some of you guys are smart enough, you know what you're gonna do, You're gonna get out the gasoline. True story. Wheeled that sucker out to the end of the driveway. I tipped her over, cracked me a beer, poured the gas to her, and threw a match in there and I let her burn, and it was working too. I was gonna say, you might think, well, hey, how do you know, that's not gonna work, but it was working. I'm telling you, I burned her for 10 minutes, I chiseled her for 10 minutes. I was halfway through that phone book before the belt caught on fire. Out with the old and with the new, got a new snowblower. I did, yeah, I did. Cost me a lot of money, the new one, She's yellow. I think you pay more if she's yellow. Probably not the best way to fix your snowblower with a phone book wrapped in there. And, true story, it happened again after that happened to me, 2 days I was gone, got another phone book stuck in there. Oh, I was so mad. I told those kids, I don't want that phone book anymore. I still get it. Apparently you can't cancel the phone book, It's one of them things. So the tip for the day, don't burn the phone book out of your blower when she gets stuck in there. So as I was saying, I always wanted one with tracks, so I think maybe I'm going to paint one here with some tracks. But, you know, a couple other tips for you guys, My old man will tell you, you don't got to change the oil in them there things. He says they're good for 20 years, but he'll also tell you he doesn't have to oil the spare tire under his truck, and we all know how that ends, So, and if you don't, watch yesterday's video. So I'm going to take an opportunity here to draw some tracks on this snowblower, because I just think that's going to be what I want there. If I'm going to be looking at this hanging on the wall. I'm not going to sell this one. Sold the last couple on eBay there. Made quite a bit of money. But I'm going to keep this one. And maybe when I die the price will go up, Hey, there you go. Look at that. What do you guys think of that, That's my snowblower. Sans phone book. That's fancy for no phone book, Yeah, it's... I don't know, maybe it's Italian or something. So you know what? I think you guys... Oh, jeez. Oh, look at that. Paint all over my hand, We'll put that over here. We'll finish the story over here. Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for showing up, guys. Lifting my spirits a little bit. It was a terrible deer season, and when you got a terrible deer season, there's nothing left to do but paint, Share some life stories and pass on some experience. I think you guys can learn a lot from me, so I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the comments. Let's see if we can get 1,000 views on this, Because whether you do or you don't, I'm making more videos. So I just want you to remember to be like Gary, Know a little about a lot of things. You're always better off knowing just enough to be dangerous, And gossip. That's the way you know and learn a little about a lot of things, You don't want to be left out of the loop, so make sure you take the time to go for cocktails with the girls on the road once in a while, because then you'll know everything that's going on in your neighborhood. Till then, stay safe. Don't hunt deer unless you have to. Go to the grocery store, it's a lot easier. And watch more Unfrequented World. That's the secret of a good channel, Diversify. You don't want to be going over the same thing, all the time. Like if I were to do Sasquatch videos every day, it'd probably go nuts. Might start believing this whole portal interdimensional time jumping thing, So do a bit of painting instead.